It's time for our tag team match, which I understand is going to be a Riots Rules, no disqualifications match, Kai.
I absolutely love these matches. This is what I love about wrestling. Wrestlers go out, all out to win, and this kind of match is basically when two tag teams go at it to win at all costs.
Now this one, if we've seen some wars tonight, this one is going to be an even bigger war as we see the entrance of the London Riots, one of the most notorious tag teams on the UK scene right now.
Very privileged to be here to call this match. First time we've called the London Riots. We've seen them many times around the British wrestling scene, and they're right here for us, WrestleForce.
Well, I say we have seen these guys in some absolute battles. They've left men broken and battered and bruised in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you London Riots!
We're certainly going to see it right here tonight.
I'm not entirely sure the building is going to be able to contain this tag team match. This is going to be an absolute riot, if you will. As we see James Davis yielding their patents in cricket bat. And the menacing figure of Rob Lynch. I would not like to mess with these guys.
I certainly won't. Just look at them. They are a specimen of a man, or two men who can easily start a riot right here, right now.
As we wait the entrance of their opponents for the night.
Here it is.
That looks like Santa, but it's not. That would be Voodoo right there, Kai.
You know, I love Voodoo. Everything about Voodoo I absolutely love. This is, you know, the great Tim Burton film, Nightmare Before Christmas. That's the specimen of Nightmare Before Christmas.
It's the Nightmare Before Christmas. The crowd not quite sure what to make of him. I recognise that Santa costume. You don't think Santa's sitting in the back in his pants, do you?
Well, you know what? The team of Santa earlier on this evening when Jigsaw lost has turned into Krampus.
You said he was in the building. This is going
What a way to enter a ring.
Quite an entrance there from Voodoo.
I gotta admit, the music is making me kind of nervy.
Yeah, this guy is very unhinged, safe to say. We thought Jigsaw was bad. Voodoo is just a little bit worse.
Voodoo has got a partner. Perhaps some music will have. Yes, he has got a partner, London Riot. Yes, he has. He's coming in now.
And here we see the entrance of a man with potentially my favourite intro music or intro song of all time. It's Mr Monster.
Now I see Mr Monster. Well, we've both seen Mr Monster right here at Figure 4 Radio, going through wars, battles, should have gone to hospital. This man knows how to fight, and we're in for a riot here tonight.
We've seen Mr Monster give blood, sweat and tears for this industry, for these matches.
Broken bones.
There is nothing this man will not do.
The London Riots wanted a riot. They have picked the wrong two people to have a riot with, because this is all-out fury.
I have a feeling this can get very messy.
Very messy indeed. And there's Mr Monster just messing around with a crowd.
Well, there's one thing Monster loves, that's have a good old fashioned riots.
Well, Rob Lynch and James Davis, look on their faces, they're ready to fight, but they're not quite sure what to make of the Monsters at the moment.
I'm not sure anybody really knows what to make of the Monsters at this moment.
I don't even know what to make of them.
I have a feeling, Kai, I mean, we might need to take a few steps back. This one could spill outside very quickly and become very, very messy.
How long does our equipment go? We might go into the parking lot. We don't know.
Let's go, Monsters! You ready? Let's go, Monsters! Let's go, Monsters!
First prediction.
A lot of anticipation for the opening bell right now.
It is. It really is. My heart's pounding already. So all 4 men in the ring at this moment.
Facing off right now. You can tell that you could cut the tension with a knife right now.
You really could.
This is a very dangerous situation, Kai.
And the London Riots, they've had enough. This is all go.
Both London Riots spinning out to the over the top rope to the outside there.
So they did, and the London Riots, they're getting on the wrong end of the crowd. There's really wrong thing to do in a London Riot situation. We could see some crowd getting. Oh my God!
Look at Monster just fly over that ring. He's just leaning like nothing happened right there.
London Riots just. I don't think they quite know what's going on at the moment.
What's happening now? Voodoo's up top now. What's going on here?
Oh!
Whoa! Axe handle smashes for both Riots and his own tag team partner. This guy's unhinged.
Certainly is, and Mr. Monster not quite sure what to make of that move at the minute, and the crowd's just gone deathly quiet as. Well,
as I say, they don't quite know what to make of it right now.
Are you just seeing Voodoo smashing?
Not quite sure. Our camera footage will capture all of this. We've got Rob Lynch on the outside.
Is he going to put it? He's going to put it through our announcement table.
I really hope this doesn't happen. Kai, I told you we were going to be in danger right here tonight.
We certainly were. And in the ring, we just seen a cannonball from Mr. Monster.
So we've got Monster and Davis in the ring. We've got Lynch and Voodoo on the outside. This is breaking down right now, Kai.
There he is, and Lynch breaking out of that suplex, go through our table.
Fans at home, we're going to do our best to keep up with this action, but in all honesty, we might struggle because this is spilled out to the outside quickly.
It's in the crowd at the moment. Voodoo's taking one of the rioters out into the crowd, just sat him down for a nice little cup of tea or a chop to the chest, whereas Mr. Monster's just taking a break. This is a riot all over. When's the crowd going to get involved?
I told you, Kai, this was going to break down. It didn't take too long. And outside of the camera, we've got Voodoo rolling down the steps in the middle of the crowd. Rob Lynch has started to really take control now on the nightmare of Christmas.
Diving his head into that post. That's a way to win matches.
Vicious.
That is a way to do it. That's the way to put one over.
We knew the ring would not contain these two teams.
Come on.
I'm not sure if the building could contain these two teams right now.
I know it's meant to be a riot, but whenever have you seen a chair in a riot?
Okay, I'm pretty sure anything goes right now. This is an absolute war. There's only one word for it. We've got some cookie sheets in there. We've got a chair in there.
Rob Lynch saw Mr. Monster coming right in front of us, and the pound in the back of Mr. Monster.
And Voodoo's got himself a Christmas cracker. The cracker's been pulled. Voodoo not too happy about losing that one.
Well, this Christmas party's going wild. What's he going to do? He's going to power.
Voodoo's got Rob Lynch up, but once again for a third time in a row, Voodoo's head bounced off that ring post.
And in the ring we got Mr. Monster with that chair. He's putting it in between. Oh, this is not going to be pretty. Blood is going to be spilled. This is not
Monster
pretty.
set that chair up in the corner turnbuckle. I would not want to be James Davis right now. Oh, watch out.
Yes!
Monster straight through.
You get.
His head is impaled on that chair. My goodness.
That's what you get when you try and. Oh!
James Davis just stomping on that chair.
Welcome to the Riot, lads. The London Riots are here.
Well, they are not disappointed. They are living up to their name. We might not be in London right now, but they are rioting in that ring.
The Fury here, right now. They got a cricket bat. They got the chair. I would hate to be Mr. Monster, but this is why I love the London Riots. They get the job done.
Look at that. Mr. Monster being choked out with that cricket bat. This is just brutal.
Oh! Voodoo trying to get back in the ring. Oh!
A vicious shot over the head. My goodness. I think Mr. Monster, in fact, both Mr. Monster and Voodoo, I think they're unconscious right now, Kai.
And of course the London Riots on top.
How are these men still moving? I have no idea.
Well, like you said, they're unhinged. They probably don't know that they're not moving right now.
Running on pure instinct.
Pure monstrous festivities. Oh! Thought there's going to be a drop toe hold straight onto that chair. Voodoo for the second time trying to get back in the ring. And again being knocked down onto the floor.
Just an act of luck that Mr. Monster's head didn't bounce off that chair, but unfortunately, the Riots had other ideas. Voodoo just took it straight in the face and a power slam straight onto that chair.
When you got two guys just in here for a pure fight, and you got people like Voodoo and Monster who love pain, and you got my guys, the London Riots, going, and they're just causing a riot right now. Double teaming on Mr. Monster when Voodoo can't do anything about it. He's trying to get back in the ring. There's nothing he can do. As you can see him trying to climb. And back out he goes.
We mentioned it before, and that the Riots were just going to come in here, their wealth of experience and
We've got a kendo stick.
We've got a kendo stick as well.
The festive toys are out to play. Mr. Monster just missing that then. Got himself up. But he's caught in the rope. What's this?
We've mentioned how notorious the London Riots are up and down the country for going to absolute wars. Oh my goodness.
Did you just see that?
I think I see one of Mr. Monster's ribs just broken there, poking out.
Rob Lynch doing everything he wants to do. I mean, is there any point in this, referee? He can't do anything. He can't stop this.
Mr. Monster and Voodoo right now are just... I mean, this is no longer a wrestling match. This is a fight for their lives right now.
I can see a lady trying to call the 999. She's trying to get the 999 on the call, but I don't think we get any signal here. Man, I love WrestleForce. I love Christmas.
Well, I
love the London Riots.
They promised us Festive Fury, and that is exactly what the London Riots are delivering right now.
If you love watching a man being paid, you're loving this match right now. London Riots double teamed and got the kendo stick. Mr. Monster can't do anything about it.
Another shot straight in the stomach. You just got to wonder what sort of internal damage there is going to be on the part of Mr. Monster right now.
Who cares? They came for a fight, and they're getting a fight. The thing is, the London Riots could go for the pinfall, but they're just not doing it, and I don't blame them.
They are all about inflicting pain and punishment on the Monsters right now.
How much do you think Mr. Monster is regretting the decision to come out and be Voodoo's tag team partner? Ever.
To be fair, I struggle to think of any tag team that could really match the London Riots for their sheer power right now.
Mr. Monster, there's nothing he can do. He's trying to fight out. He's got it. He's fought out. What? How did that happen?
Slight miscommunication there on behalf of the Riots, but I think they think they've finally got it now. But look at that, Mr. Monster kicking out somehow.
That was the first pinfall.
The amount of wars we've seen Mr. Monster in, I struggle to think of any man that could take more punishment than Mr. Monster.
Well, that is it, and the London Riots will soon figure this one out.
The resiliency of this man is unmatched.
You're going to need some C4 and a bazooka in that ring to stop this man, and the London Riots are the kind of guys who can do that. I mean, they're just like a predator stalking a prey right now. They know they've got them in the sights. They're just not killing them.
They're toying with them, basically, aren't they? I mean,
yeah. Cat with a mouse.
Early on in the match, Rob Lynch just took Voodoo out of the equation altogether.
I can just about see it. Oh!
Super flapjack there.
That was powerful.
High elevation flapjack drop. Oh, I don't even know what you call that, but that was just brutal. Just sheer force.
Absolutely.
Sheer force.
It was sheer power, and Voodoo's trying to get back into the ring for the 5th time. Baking tray over the head of James Davis. And Voodoo's on the top rope.
Oh! Flying baking tray there from Voodoo.
Massive clothesline, massive kick.
He's picking up some speed now.
I think the London Riots should have closed this one up when they could have done.
And what's Voodoo got in mind right now? This doesn't look good for James Davis.
Oh!
Just a baking tray to the Christmas baubles. We should say
Christmas stocking.
Yes.
With presents all around. No presents, no more.
What's Voodoo got in mind right now? Springing off that chair. The chair which couldn't quite hold the force of Voodoo.
The London Riots have used that chair over the head of Mr. Monster. No wonder it couldn't quite handle the pressure anymore.
A drop Toho with Rob Lynch going straight.
They just went head to head.
Well, yeah. That's one way to pull a cracker. And what's Voodoo got in mind right now?
It's a double team. Mr. Monster's back in it.
Oh, what a brilliant Samoan drop blockbuster move there from the Monsters.
Snapping the neck as well.
And for the first time in this match, the London Riots seem to be in trouble right now.
Voodoo has the choke. Is it going to be a choke slam? Mr. Monster, choke slam. Mr. Monster's on the top rope.
Watch Monster up top. Cookie sheet as well. Bacon tray there. Frog splash. 5-star Monster splash. And a back senton. One, two, three. They've done it. Oh my goodness. What do we tell you? What do we tell you about the Monsters? The resiliency, the punishment these two guys can take is unmatched.
I love it when everyone goes out to win. But I love the London Riots. I just feel disheartened. I married a woman from London because of the London Riots. The only reason I have done that is because of the London Riots, and the fact they haven't walked away with a 3 count, that disheartens me. I've got to see a solicitor.
What an absolute war that was. Well, the London Riots, they always promised a riot and they did not fail to deliver. But one thing they didn't count on was the pure resiliency there, the beating that Mr. Monster can take. They did not count on that.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Monster right here, right now, looks as fresh as a daisy.
I'm not quite sure about that. He's wobbly, but actually then again he's pretty wobbly before matches as well. So yeah, that's a very fair point. What an absolute battle that was for WrestleForce here at Festive Fury at the Woughton Centre, right in the heart of Milton Keynes. What a match we've just witnessed.